Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dragon's Awesome Maybe Dungeons. Um, I, uh, I kind of dropped the ball a little bit yesterday. It was supposed to be our makeup episode, but instead I slept, so now it's frozen sick. Um, yeah. Hey, Kathy, could you do me a favor and see if it says that I'm actually streaming or not? Because my stream information sheet is being weird.
Okie dokie. One moment,
You
please.
are indeed live.
Okay,
Out
cool.
of the pretty much no
It shows that you're
viewers
live.
who watch your streams, who do you think is probably the most popular character?
I don't know. I'm gonna go with either Sives or Lily.
Ooh.
It's a tough sell between those two.
Okay, my laptop.
They need to be on a game together. They need
Oh
to
god.
travel together.
Everyone would die.
That's fine.
Yeah,
It's
fine
not
if
a problem.
everybody gets mass genocided.
Yes.
When we get to a higher
You
level,
say that like it's a problem.
we can just bring them back, and we can have them travel with us.
Exactly. It's never a problem. I mean, it used to be the world's biggest problem, but I've sort of found a way around that, haven't I?
Yeah, I love how you find no problem with committing mass murder.
It's not mass murder if you can bring them back.
Yes, it's
I
only murder
mean,
if
no,
it
it's
sticks
still
out.
mass murder.
Oh,
All
so then
genocide
maybe
is
I don't
mass
have to be
murder
mad at
as
Grayson.
long
then.
as, like, they're dead. And, like, even if they could still come back, it's still the same thing.
You want to know a very interesting thing that, totally off topic. Maybe I shouldn't say this little factoid on the air. And I'm realizing. There
Dun,
is
dun,
technically a way to get away with murder, and that's if you were
Oh,
charged.
FBI.
Oh, okay.
Well, so if you were wrongly charged and found guilty of murder for a person because they faked their death, but you find them after you get out of prison, you can legally kill that person without facing charges again. Because you've already faced the charges for killing that person.
I am concerned. But anyway, we're gonna concentrate on a different kind of murder tonight. Last time we didn't really do too much because we started kind of late. Sorry about that to the world. But this time, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, sorry, little bit brain not worky after all that. So
Moral of the story, don't frame somebody for your own death.
Anyway, last time basically was just making stew, avoiding death by child, and talking to the village elder in the morning, who told you that he has a ship ready to go to hopefully where there is hopefully where there is the cure for what ails the town, so to speak. Whenever you guys are ready to go. So you guys set out for that, and you approached the ship and met, I believe it's Dwarven Captain, whose name I have already forgotten.
Morgo?
Morgo, who is the ex of the Elder, if I remember correctly.
And brother of Orvo, who we're supposed to meet on the island.
Correct. Yeah. We'll go with
You
that.
need me to review some notes with you?
I might.
We're going to Island Islecross, trying to find the cure vials. The boat is Rimaras. We talk to Orvo Westhaven or something, the dwarf, who would know Aragon's directions. And the items can be teleported back by Devinra, who's an elf. We're getting supplies from Elro. Going to... Okay, I think I added a couple extra letters that don't need to be in here. Orthodorinian Island. We also have coffee. They may have potions there. We tried to talk to Togi. That didn't happen. Yeah, we met Morgo, who's the ex of Elro. Also, now Magic has sneaky powers for an hour. Because
Yeah.
Havu decided she likes the children now.
Yeah, the parents have to deal with that, unfortunately. So,
Yep, that's why it's not her problem. She left.
Yeah, so Morgo welcomes you aboard the ship, and she beckons for you to all come up the gangplank and get on board. I believe I described the vessel last time, but just as a refresher, it is an icebreaker type vessel, one that has a large kind of metal, almost plow on the front of it to crack through the ice that can sometimes surround some of the islands here in this very cold archipelago. And it is a regular kind of sailing vessel. And as you get on board it, you notice that except for the icebreaker on the front, most of the rest of the ship is fairly basic. You see a couple of hooks and harpoons hanging on the side of it. Nothing too crazy, mostly just basic. And you also see a couple of doors leading to different parts of the ship, and a large grate which is probably covering a cargo area, as well as 2 lifeboats and a crow's nest.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm so yeah. Sorry.
Morgan,
That's why you guys are
your
laughing.
awkward silence.
Are we supposed to see the boat?
Oh yeah.
What's on the leash?
Oh yeah. There
Don't
you
worry
go.
about it.
I forgot.
Okay, we're on the boat. Hey, this looks familiar. It looks like we're a little kitty hid.
Maybe. It
For
could
some
be.
reason, I have access to Steven's character sheet.
Everybody has access to Steven's character sheet in case you need to roll for him, because Steven is everybody's sidekick.
Okay.
Wow,
Steven, go make me a sandwich.
Are you sure you want me touching the sandwich? She looks at his
I was
the black
joking.
veins
I
in
was
it.
joking. It's
Oh.
okay. You're fine.
Okay, that's probably the best. The best.
I just thought it would be funny to say.
Okay.
Plus, Stephen with more than sandwich. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get going.
Okay. All right then. Yep.
Maybe you find somewhere to hunker down. Maybe wind chill make you too cold, yeah?
Yeah. I will do that.
Yeah, okay. And no dying. You wait. You wait
Okay.
at least
Wait to
80
die.
years.
He kind of tucks himself like up against these stairs, kind of huddles there a little bit.
As you can see, I am making illegal moves outside of the grid.
What? Ow.
I am outside of the grid. What you gonna do?
Stop breaking my brain.
I'm gonna break your brain.
Anyway.
I'm going to smash it into a million pieces and then I'll eat it because I'm a zombie.
Anyway, so as you guys come aboard, Morgo goes and rolls up the ladder and kind of tucks it away. Rolls up the gangplank and kind of tucks it away to the side, near Steven actually, and heads over to Man the rudder. And kind of blinks at Alomiak, who's already there.
Yeah, Alomiak came up here because he's taller.
Alright then. Okay.
He just stands there looking proud of himself. You don't know why.
I don't understand what that's all about, but we'll get on with it then. Alright, you lot, haul off! You know your jobs! And there's a flurry of movement as the sailors kind of roll up the anchor that you're standing next to, hoist up the anchor that you're standing next to, Havu, with a great turning of the large wheel that is on the fore of the ship. And then you see a couple more of them are unfurling the sails to catch the breeze that comes from the south and starts to push the ship out and away from the dock. And then you see the one in the crow's nest who has been standing and peering out over the horizon, retract his spyglass and give a nod to Morgo, who gives the wheel a sharp tug to the left and starts pulling away from the docks. You are now moving out into the deep briny blue. And as you're standing there, Lomiak, Morgo is gonna kind of make conversation with you. So, I've been filled in a little bit on what's going on here. You lot are off to Azoice crossing, yeah?
She watches as Lobiak opens up his coat, sticks his head inside, closes it. There's quiet chattering, and then he pulls his head back out and is like, yeah.
All right. Well,
Fenton's trying to climb up to the crow's nest.
Alright, go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me, Fenton. Also,
don't fall.
I'm also seeing like Havu walk by and see Fenton at her eye level, and he's just struggling so hard.
Yeah, he gets to about Havu's eye level, and then he just keeps trying to get up and sliding back down, trying to get up and sliding back down, and he soon realizes it's because while he was climbing, the small vial of cooking oil that he'd been carrying in his apron pocket has sort of broken and slathered on the crow's nest's pole, and he's just been slip and sliding it down the front of this pole, and that's why he can't get up there.
Something's wrong with your mast. I don't know what, but I can't climb it.
Don't break my ship, he just got here, yells Margot. And then she looks at Lomiak and she says, well, it's going to take about 9 days or so to get here. So you lot can settle in if you like. You can take the cabin just over where yon Bonnie Boy is settled up. And she nods at Stephen and the door he's kind of half blocking. It's got some hammocks in there for you to rest in. There's only 3, so you might have to take turns. But there's hammocks, and there's table and chairs, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So how Alomiak just suddenly looks down at the boat, stares at it for a minute, then looks back up at her and says, how do you feel about fire on ship?
I'd prefer not, she says, arching an eyebrow ever so slowly. I mean, we have a area to cook in, if that's what you're asking, but the fire's well contained inside the fire's is well contained inside. You're trying to open it? Okay, hold on.
I'm trying to put flavored water in.
Oh.
Okay, there you go. You're welcome.
Olympiac just starts waving their hands like, no. Stephen, good friend, very good. Maybe warm up, yeah?
If you want to take him into the kitchen, put him near the stove. I'm sure it's been lit for breakfast, so it's probably intact there. It's the warmest room, probably.
Good. Thank you. Be thinking, and also maybe tell others what told me. I already forgot. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna go over here. Stephen, breakfast, fire, good.
All right. Where? You realize you never asked where the kitchen was.
Lomiak just stares for a minute. Immediately turns around, doesn't bother going over there, but shouts at the top of his lungs, "Hey, kitchen! Where?"
It's on the other door over there, and she points to the third door on that side. But
yeah, there.
Just so you know, I might be drawing during this thing as well.
That's perfectly okay.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna be trying to find my art supplies.
Okay. Well, just remember, if I call your name, I need you to do something, and feel free to speak up if you want War to be doing something.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, she points to this door right here. Boop. On the lower end of the ship.
Then Alomiak will lead Stephen that way.
Excellent.
Oh, okay. There's a store here. Okay, here.
Yep. And you open the door and usher Stephen inside, and it's a small kitchen. It's made for like just probably one person to be there at a time. I will buy more water. Made for only maybe 1 or 2 people to be in there at a time. But it's got a stove and it's warm in there. There is still a pot of what looks like oatmeal on the stove that hasn't been put away yet, or boxed up yet, I should say. And there are a couple bowls there for crew to come and take as they need. The cook themselves doesn't appear to be in here at the moment. They may perhaps be on their break, or perhaps working up food for lunch.
Woohoo!
Or maybe they're part of the crew that's currently on the deck. You're not exactly sure. But yeah, Stephen kind of goes in and he immediately huddles up to the stove, practically touching it. Thanks.
Yeah. We get you cured soon. Yeah, just hang it there.
Okay. All right. So this is the first time that a lengthy amount of travel is going to happen for you guys. So what's going to happen is that anybody who wants to be on watch for the day, we're going to pick one person for each day to roll a perception check to see what they can see while we're sailing. And I'm also going to roll a percentile dice to see if anything actually happens while y'all are sailing. So even I don't know how this is going to go. So that's going to be great. So for the first day at sea, who do you want to be?
To me to roll?
Who wants to be the person to roll? Okay, looks like it's Havu. Havu, you want?
She's nosy. She's looking all over the place anyway. So.
Okay. So let me go ahead and also reveal, because she would have, you would have probably found out eventually that this right here is your accommodations aboard the ship. This room right here with the 3 hammocks in it that you see down here. on the other kind of half map of the ship. The one you're on right now is like the top slice where you can see the 2 raised decks that are above the living quarters, and this lower one you can see the doors that lead to other areas of the ship, and also your quarters and the cook's quarters, or rather the kitchen galley. The galley.
Are these doors here?
Yes, those are doors.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Let me see what happens. It's time to roll a percentage dice.
Can I see if anyone's in the kitchen aside from Steven?
Yeah, you open up. This is on the first day. You open up the door and you walk in. About what time of day are you checking that out?
We left morning, right? Left early morning. Probably like afternoonish. Like he put his stuff away, kind of explored the ship a bit, found his room, or found where he'll be sleeping at, and then figured he wanted to check out the kitchen.
Okie dokie. So, you step into the kitchen. Steven has been removed from the stove area and tucked back into the corner. But he has what looks like a hot water bottle under his feet and around his neck, actually. There's steam rising off of him, and he actually looks a lot more comfortable than he was before. Inside the kitchen, you actually find... Where's her token? I have my ears. I've got a ringing in my ears, unfortunately. I am very sorry.
That's all good.
Kittens in the kitchen with steam.
Kittens in the kitchen, I know. Oh, there she is. So, in the kitchen, as you open the door, you see actually another gnome. And they are
He's adorable!
Her name is Pixie.
Oh.
I have a feeling something bad's gonna happen.
No, but yes, Sives, it is that Pixie.
Aww.
So you see a gnome who is currently chopping up a nice huge turnip that is probably roughly the size of her own head with expert finesse. The flicks of her knife send slices tumbling into a large pot of what is presumably some sort of vegetable-based stew that is currently simmering and bubbling on the stove. Well, hello! Welcome to my kitchen. It is very cramped in here. If you're going to come in, please leave the door open because I am overheating.
Okay. Just want to see what you're making right now.
Oh, well, I am making a deeper never turtle and root beetroot pie.
I'm sorry, what? Out of character?
A deeper never turtle and beetroot pie.
Meat pie?
No, beetroot pie. A deeper never turtle and beetroot pie.
I'm sorry.
You country folk are so uncultured, which is funny considering I got this from country folk.
I'm sure. I imagine Finton knows about it. I just was not ready for it in real life.
Go ahead and just roll a history check with advantage, Fenton.
Okay. History. Where are you? There you are. Those nat ones on the other side are scary looking.
Alright, so you're pretty sure what she said was the turnip and tater deeper than ever beetroot pie. And you know this to be a great a dish that the mole folk of the lower hills liked to make. You visited there once upon a time, a very, very long time ago, and they made it for you. And it involved stewing a lot of vegetables and then putting them in a pastry crust that was about 2 feet deep and serving the entire thing as a pie.
God damn. That's a lot of crust.
Yeah. Interesting. I've had one of those before. That's going to be amazing. Would you like any? I'd be happy to help.
Oh, yes, I would love that. Here. She reaches behind Steven, who kind of squishes to one side, and grabs a giant sack of potatoes, about the same size as both of you, and drags it out and boom! Sets it on the floor betwixt the two of you. And it's a good thing you're small race, otherwise this would be even more cramped than normal. If you want to take these and wash them and peel them and chop them up, I would be so grateful.
Wash them, peel, and chop them up. Got it. Wash them, peel, and chop. Wash, peel, chop. Got it.
Excellent. Wonderful. There is no meat in this one. Much less child meat, unless Havu has something to do with it.
There's dryads. Those are people.
Where did Hope really go, Havu?
Oh no, she's a sneaky girl.
Not that I don't think Fenton would do this, but the smartass in my head is like, wash, okay.
Excuse you, he has to know basic food safety to be proficient.
That's what I mean. Fenton doesn't do that, but the smartass in me.
I know. I'm joking. Anywho, it's smooth sailing for a couple hours of the morning and early afternoon. Fenton, you help Pixie, and that's her name. She does tell you that, by the way, because she is incessantly chattering. You help Pixie make her turnip and tater deep and never beetroot pie. And go ahead and roll your cooking utensils with advantage because.
So we left it as query. So in this case, I'm assuming Dex.
Yeah, I would say
chopping them
Dex.
And peeling them.
Yeah, I would say Dex for this. Go ahead and roll that with advantage for you because of your background. That'll determine. Yeah, that's a really good fucking pie. Like it's fucking awesome. It's in basically a goddamn huge bucket, but everybody is so happy with it.
I'm also keeping up with the chitter chatter, sharing my name and going beat for beat with this very fast. It ends up in being like this, like insanely fast-paced conversation. I'm assuming, like if you ever listen to Mexican radio, auctioneers, Mexican radio, it's ridiculously fast. Like even if you understand the language, it's difficult to keep up with it if you're not like familiar with keeping up that fast language.
She may even revert to gnomish since she's talking to another gnome, which will make it even faster and even more like listening to radio in a completely different language, especially a Latin-based language, because they talk really fast.
But yeah. And if that happens, he just keeps up with it, switching over to gnomish, and apparently makes with Pixie.
Yeah, Steven.
Poor Steven.
Steven's lulled to sleep by the placidness of this conversation, and he falls asleep leaning against her cupboard, and every once in a while she has to wake him up to get a utensil or maybe some parsnips or something. And you also find out exactly what's behind that room right there while you are with her, because she does frequently step into it for more supplies. It appears to be a storeroom where she keeps most of the ship's stock of food and water and all that fun stuff. And throughout the morning, Alomiak, what have you been doing?
It would help if I unmuted. Alomiak has probably been going back and forth, peeking in the kitchen every once in a while, seeing that Steven is still alive, and then going back up and just kind of milling around, not really doing much. They look very antsy, like they're grr.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it probably doesn't help that this is one of the few times that you've been on an actual ship, like as a quote unquote person. So it's kind of hard. It was already hard to walk normally to begin with, but walking on a rolling ship's deck normally causes for some very comic missteps at times. So yeah.
That's why eventually he finds himself. They find themselves up here and just like squashed into the corner, like yes, okay. And not realizing it's the bounciest part because it's the part that's hitting the waves, and eventually they regret it, but they don't want to move.
Alrighty. So yeah. And then War. What are you doing this morning and afternoon while the ship is out rolling?
You know, I'm just sleeping until somebody wakes me up.
That's good. You clamber into the lifeboat, you roll out your bedroll, you kind of make sort of a little nest. You're a turtle, so you're kind of used to the ocean. This is like absolutely no problem for you. You just
my
kick back and relax.
We are literally boating on top of my home.
That is probably true, actually. You probably
I'm pretty sure my coral house is actually underneath of here as we speak.
It's down in the bottom.
Maybe I might get to say hello to my parents.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. But yeah, you kick back, you take a nap, and it's probably a good thing that you've decided to take point inside one of the lifeboats as your bed, because I'm not entirely sure the hammocks in the other room would have been able to house you, if we're real here. So yeah, this is probably a good idea. Anywho.
Cool, I've grown brain cells.
Havu, you've kind of been back and forth, kind of looking at everything on the ship this afternoon and morning. But what else have you been doing besides kind of looking out at sea?
Listening to everybody's conversation.
Okay. And with that 21 perception check earlier, you hear everything. You hear Donovan and the crow's nest have conversations with the seagulls that come to alight upon it, and it kind of looks like they might understand him and he them, because he does pause to listen sometimes, and that's pretty interesting. And if he tells them to go grab something that he dropped, they go do it and bring it back to him. So that's kind of cool. You listen to Morgo talking to a half-elven person who looks like he might share perhaps a ancestor or two with Stephen. And he is dressed rather scruffily, with stubble on his chin and hair in a ponytail. And you learn that his name is Devin, and he is on perhaps his third tour with this particular ship and can't wait until we go back to southern coastal waters so he can see his girlfriend. And then you learn that a couple of the other shipmates are thinking about trying to start up a band and move to Neverwinter and play shows. And one of them is very, very bad on the harpsichord, but he insists on playing for you at least 2 or 3 songs. And his bandmate keeps yelling, "Free bird." And you've had about enough of that, so finally you break away, and as you're moving to look out over the ocean one more time, you notice something that the man in the crow's nest apparently has not. That there appears to be a small wooden blob floating on the ocean. Looks like a lifeboat with just one oar kind of dangling out of the spokes that keep it on, and the other has snapped off, it looks like. And with a 21, you think you see a humanoid form slumped in it, just as a wave rises it up and tilts it enough for you to take a look inside.
They might pay me if we save them. She goes up and goes, excuse me, there's a lifeboat over there with someone in it. Not sure if we should stop. Not sure how fast you can stop the boat.
Oh.
But they're over there.
Oh. Hold on a moment. And she turns the rudder, and the boat starts to kind of coast over to the side. And she kind of squints and peers. All right then. Yep, that's a lifeboat. All right. All right. And she calls out, and two of the deckhands spring up and go to lower the anchor a bit into the water to create a little bit of drag, so that the boat kind of slows down enough. And they furl the sails in, so that the wind is no longer propelling them along. And they kind of draw in and drag close and start bobbing semi near the lifeboat, near enough that you can still see inside of it. And there does indeed appear to be a person slumped inside the lifeboat. They are rather pale from what you can see of their hands. And they currently have what looks to be a cloak made of burlap wrapped around their shoulders. The hood is currently over their head, and they are laying face down in the boat.
So Habu's like, all right, I'll go help. Hopefully they pay me for this. And walks over and is gonna do, I guess, like a medicine check?
Well, you have to get to the boat first.
Oh, I thought they pulled the boat over.
They stopped the boat next to... They stopped the boat next to the lifeboat. But you still have to get to the lifeboat. Now, you could grab one of the rope ladders and throw it down to see if you can get it inside the lifeboat. Or you can take an actual rope and jump in the water and swim over.
I think the rope... can she use a rope ladder?
I mean, everybody can use a rope
ladder. Okay. Sure. She's gonna turn to one of the others who's probably stronger than she is and goes, can you put the rope ladder down there? I will try to go see if he is okay.
Don't all jump up at once.
I was talking to the ship hands that were helping.
Oh, okay.
Right. We're here.
Alright, yeah, one of them comes over and he's gonna take the ladder and kind of squint, take aim. 20 plus 2. Yep, he gets the weighted end of the ladder into the lifeboat with a thump.
Very nice. And then she's going to climb her way down to the boat, and it's like, don't worry, we are coming to save you.
Alright, so you throw the ladder down, it thumps into the bottom of the boat, and you climb down into the boat with the person. And you can see that they are extremely pale at this point. Their skin almost looks like bone white, really. And then you said you wanted to do a medicine check?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, go ahead and roll that medicine check. Excellent. Alright, so you reach out and you kind of draw back the hood to see if you can get a good look at their face, see if they're a drowned victim. And as you pull back the hood, you see the face, which has a large gap in the cheek, and a small crab scuttles out of it. And two milky yellow eyes are looking up at you as the head slowly turns, and it reaches out to you with a as the zombie is gonna go ahead and roll an attack.
Ocean zombie!
Who's afraid of these? So try to be helpful, never goes your way.
Never ever. There we go. Alrighty, So, Zombie's gonna reach out and he's gonna make one attack against you before initiative starts. Alright, does a 15 hit you, Havu?
No.
No?
No, she has a 17 armor class.
Okay, good. Alright, so, yeah. So he makes one swipe at you, and then you get to go ahead and roll initiative, everybody. Zombie has a -1 initiative.
Wait, I wanted to go first.
The zombie has a -1 initiative.
We do an initiative. I'll do the initiative.
Wait, so you rolled a 0 on initiative for zombie?
Technically I rolled a 1.
Cool, I did the initiative.
Oh, whoops.
He has...
I messed up and did not click my dude.
How dare. How very much dare.
I clicked my dude, but okay, there we go. So say it wasn't coming up.
Dun dun dun. Alrighty, and then Steven. Where are you at, bro? There you at. Holy shit. I've got too many. The old Havu's still on there.
Not for us, though.
For me it is.
Is anyone else getting initiatives? Like, I know you're still doing things, though.
What do you mean, getting initiative?
Like,
Mine popped up.
Pixie or Captain?
Oh, so the captain's got to steer the ship. She's got to stay on there. I'll see if Pixie gets involved or not. I didn't really make a character sheet for Pixie, but I can probably wing something up if she decides to get involved. Although, that's not very sanitary for the food!
Is this happening, like, as we're cooking?
No, this is after. This is late afternoonish.
Okay. I would have been... Okay, well.
They might be starting to get ready for dinner, though.
I'd say if I wasn't cooking, I would have wanted to see if I could explore anything over here. That's
Well,
probably what I've been doing. If they're not, like, off limits.
Okay. Give me a few for that.
Yep. I'm just saying I'd
I've
probably
gotta-
be, like...
I've got to add turns for you guys because you didn't have the turns up.
My bad.
I'm gonna put y'all on this board just because, yeah, I can have everybody at the same spot. Okay. Turn. Come on. That was a 13 for you, right?
Correct.
There we go. Okay. So. Descending. I'll tell you what you did or did not find on your turn, okay? First up is Steven. He doesn't know anything's going on. He is going to be observed in the comfort of his hot water bottles. Second up is you, Finton. So if you try that door right there, you find that it is indeed locked, as is the one at the very top. These two center doors, though, lead to staircases that go downwards.
Okay. Yeah, I would have started exploring after lunch was eaten, and if maybe I was still talking to Pixie afterwards. I would have just been a curious, nosy person exploring the ship.
Okay.
But yeah, am I aware of anything going on right now?
You did know that Havu had the ship pulled over because she saw a boat because you felt the great lurching of the ship and the calls above Morgo.
That seems like it could be interesting, so I might just like walk over here. If I'm guessing I know the boat would be on this side based on context.
Yep, and you do see the rope ladder has been let down.
Okay. I come over here. What do I see?
You see a boat with Havu in it, with the rope ladder descending into it, and a very pale-looking man with a crab on his head reaching out for her. Possibly undead.
And Havu just looking like, oh, of course, you tried to do something nice, and they tried to eat you.
Hey, Havu, what did you find? Or eat you? Who's eating you?
Him and his crab friend.
I'm gonna finish moving my 15 feet. From that angle, being on the deck, do I have a clear shot at the
Yes.
zombie?
Yes, you have a clear shot at the zombie.
I don't see myself having a crossbow on me at this point, so I'd probably just throw like a dagger that I have. Yeah, I'll throw a dagger at him. So, chuck.
Let's see. I think that
Does
hits, but let me double check. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Woohoo! For max damage, there we go.
Dang, that's really good. So you see thunk, the dagger hit him in the chest and is now embedded there, and he kind of looks down at it like,
Oh, wait a minute. Does that include sneak attack?
yeah, that it definitely does.
Okay. Damn, max damage!
I don't trust any of that.
How many weeks have you guys been telling me to use Roll20?
Many. Anyway, yeah. So, thunk, the dagger hits him straight in the chest, and he looks down like, and he still keeps reaching for Havu.
Alright. I don't think I have bonus actions I can do right now.
Havu's like, do you need that dagger back?
Yes, please.
Is that an action or a bonus action to pull the dagger out?
I would say it would count actually as an attack action with the dagger because it would do damage as it gets pulled out.
Well, too bad you're not getting it back, and she's gonna turn undead.
Okie dokie. And
you can hurt it more if you twist and pull.
Which DC? How? What's the DC on that?
I believe it's 13.
And is it Wisdom saving?
Yes.
Oh, that's a 0. Splash. Oh wait, it's not his turn yet.
Nope. Is there anything else in the boat of interest?
Go ahead and make, well, you can't do a full investigation this round, so make a quick perception check. There does appear to be a haversack in the bow of the boat, tucked underneath the seat that's there.
Would I be able to pull it out and go up the steps or up the ladder, or would that be
you can do
also
one
an action?
Or the other?
Okay. Havu's gonna yell up and say, "Don't hit him, he's going to run away. I'm very intimidating." And she's gonna sit down and pull the bag out.
Well, if you weren't going to grab the knife, why did you ask?
I wanted you to be prepared that you're not getting it back. If it was something important to you, I was being considerate.
War, you're up.
Okay.
You
So
d-
there are evil people here, aren't there?
there is a zombie. You did hear Havu say that not to hit him though because he's about to run away. But you are your own person, so what would you like to do?
Why would I not hit a zombie because they're about to run away?
I don't know. That's kind of up to you. Havu did just use an ability that makes the zombie run away, but you do what War would do.
See, what War would do is not give a crap and just hit the zombie anyway.
You are on top of a ship and he is down in a rowboat. So if you do try to hit him, it's going to have to be a ranged attack or you're going to have to find a way to get down there. And Finton is currently in front of the rope ladder.
I mean, that's what javelins are for, isn't it?
Oh man, if you roll a natural 1, you're putting a hole in that rowboat, but go ahead. 14, that hits the zombie, it goes through him, and he is now shish kebabbed. Go ahead and roll damage. That's 6 piercing damage.
What did I just say?
I don't care. It's the zombie, it's going to die either way.
He was about to run away, and then it looks back at you again, Havu.
Sorry, not sorry, man. A turtle's gotta do what a turtle's gotta do.
Hello, me. Are you using any movement, War?
Not really. I
Okay.
have no reason to.
Alright, well, you would have had to go at least 5 feet to get there where you could see the zombie, so I'm gonna move your token there.
Okay.
Alomiak, you're up.
Oh boy, I sure am. Okay, let's see here. So Alomiak technically would have been here. It's about the same distance. Okay. Alomiak hears all this going on, hasn't seen much, but has at this point heard, "Hey, it was going to run away, but I don't give a crap," and just, okay, and then just gets to about here, and then Let's see. Well, I can't exactly reach him from here. Let's see if there's anything I can do from a distance. I mean, I could reach him from here. I could try. Let's see.
Always try.
Oh, I know. Olomiak is gonna take out the grappling hook and throw it at the zombie.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and just
Are you throwing the entire grappling hook or like shooting it at the zombie?
Shooting it at the zombie, like trying to hook the zombie.
Excellent. Go ahead and just make a straight dexterity roll.
I sure will. This will determine if I get the zombie or if I get Havu. Saving throw or roll?
Just a straight up roll. Just a regular dex check.
Check.
Oh no.
Hey, Havu!
It's not a natural 1. I'm not going to make you hit Havu.
Okay, cool.
But you also just barely missed the zombie. It clunks into the boat next to the zombie, and as you're pulling back, it hooks onto one of the seats and makes the boat lurch a little bit. Zombie and Havu do need to make dex saves really quick.
Oh, whoopsie. Olomiak sees this and just pauses and is like,
could be bad. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. The good news
I mean, technically I'm sitting. Does that do anything?
Yeah, advantage cause sitting?
Not advantage, but you're not in the water.
Yay!
You do fall into the bottom of the boat. You also hear a splash behind you. Because the zombie rolled a -1.
There's just a pause and then you hear, I helped! And then I'm gonna have my turn.
The thing about dead bodies is that they float.
Yeah.
You hear that noise as the zombie grasps a hold of the boat and uses half his movement to clamber back into it again. He reaches for you, Havu, who are now prone.
Oh no.
Yay.
Lomiak stands by his statement, but he helped the wrong person. It's fine.
16 doesn't hit you though, right?
Correct.
So he goes to reach for you, the boat gives another lurch, and his teeth sink into the side of the rowboat instead of you. And he's stuck there for a minute. And when he yanks back, you see 3 teeth are still stuck in the boat.
How many teeth does he have left?
4.
Eh,
You're not
that gives me
entirely
advantage.
yeah, you're not
on bite attacks.
you're not entirely sure if those teeth are missing from him being a zombie or from possible scurvy.
Why not both?
It probably is both, honestly. Next up is Steven, who's going to kind of stumble out since he heard a bunch of yelling. 5, 10, 15, 20. What is happening?
Ocean zombie.
Mother, I have created the drawing and now I will show it to you.
Excellent. I'll be waiting with bated breath. Ocean zombie.
Maybe.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh, he grabs his crossbow and loads it with the bonus action and shoots at him. That's a 19.
Woo!
On 7 piercing damage.
Here it is.
What in...
It's sunky.
Okay. Actually, I like this art style a lot. That's pretty cool. I like that.
He can actually stretch it on.
I can see that. I can see that. Anywho, so the zombie needs to make a quick Constitution saving throw.
Also, if all of you want to see the drawing, I'll post it in our cell.
Excellent. So 7 plus 5 equals 12. DC 12. Haha! So you see the crossbow bolt thunk into the zombie's head, and he reels back and he slumps against the deck for a minute, and then he gets back up again. Behold the true horror of zombies. Anyway, Finton, it's your turn.
Okay, so would I be able to? Sorry, I have to make sure my laptop don't die on me.
Oh, good.
There we go. I was just told my laptop was on 10%. I was like, that's not good.
No, that's not good.
Alright, so I would be able to question, because of halfling nimbleness, I know I can't stay in, let me double check if I actually can stay in the same space as somebody. Halfling nimbleness. Okay, no, it just says move through. So would I be able to climb down here, come here, grab the knife, and yank it out of bonus action dodge, and then do that? So I'm not staying in the same space as Habu?
You mean bonus action disengage?
Dodge, because there would still be that would be a disadvantage on all attacks until beginning my next turn.
Okay. If you disengage, though, he won't be able to make an opportunity attack against you at all.
Actually, yeah. I forget Havu's there, and Havu will probably. Yeah, cunning action is level 2, okay. I believe.
Cool.
Let me double check. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, I have cunning action. So yeah, I'll do bonus action
Dodge engage.
Dodge engage, yep.
Uh-oh. I think his computer died.
Uh-oh.
Dun dun dun.
But we know what he did.
He dodge engaged.
We do know what he did.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. I'm now envisioning Finton having daggers made of carrots.
He does. He does have daggers made of carrots.
Yeah. My laptop just died on me. I guess the charger wasn't plugged in right.
Dun dun dun.
Jumping back onto Roll20 right now. Unless you already rolled things for me.
I did not roll things yet. No, I was waiting. I figured you'd jump back on your phone or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's just a straight attack roll with a dagger.
Yep, just do a dagger attack roll, because yanking it out will be the attack. That hits.
It should. It started in the zombie.
In one moment, baby. Okay, roll the damage.
Okay.
That's 5 piercing damage. Okay. Just...
No sneak attack because I lose points.
Sorry, what was that?
Is there no sneak attack because I lose points? Is that correct?
There is sneak
Havu
attack
is
because
prone.
Havu is there.
I didn't know.
I can't. You're breaking up a lot.
I didn't know if it was because she was there or not because prone.
Oh yeah, she is prone, but she's not incapacitated. So yeah, sneak attack.
Okay, cool.
He was paying attention
Yeah.
to Havu, not you. All right, so that's 8 damage. So that means the DC will be 13. Yeah. So you yank the dagger out, and it looks like the zombie almost crumples again, and then it surges back upright.
And then I'll take a step back.
Excellent. Alrighty. Next up is Havu.
She just holds her hand up and casts Sacred Flame at him.
And he just has to make a dexterity save and throw. That is a 4. So that's 6 radiant damage that lances across his body.
Surprised it's not doubled.
Okay. It's not doubled, but he doesn't get to get back up again because it's radiant. And as your radiant damage lances across his body, you see the skin peel back and the bones char, and he's reduced to a handful of ash within seconds that blows away on the sea winds. And you guys are out to combat.
Havu sits up.
Yeah, Olivia gives slack to the lion of the grappling hook, and it's like, sorry about that. And then kind of like steps back and forth, trying to, yeah. It's gonna squeeze past Steven.
Steven will move to give him room.
On the stairs, and he's gotta jump down to the boat. Whee!
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw as you leap off of a ship.
Yep. Whee!
Whee! Splash!
Slightly gets distracted from investigating the bag as Lomiak is now in the water.
Actually, he would be on this side. I imagine he like overshot it a little bit.
Splash.
Splash.
Oh,
Then, none of Lomiak is very happy about this as Lomiak tries to scramble up onto the boat, pulling on the rope that's still attached to the boat.
Some parts scrambling faster than others.
Somehow a glove ends up on the boat, and then, and then he quickly scrambles and shoves the glove back on.
You get back up into the boat, and you're sopping wet, sitting there next to Havu, who's trying to go through this bag that she found. With an 8 investigation, you find some very stinky clothes and about 4 silver, but nothing else of note.
And then, I don't know. I imagine some part of Olomiak is more interested in the body than getting dry.
Where'd that glove go? Oh, Havu, the glove's in the bag. That's weird.
Havu's like, you lost your glove, and hands him the bag, and it's gonna start going back up the ladder.
And the glove comes back with what looks like a folded up piece of paper and gives it to you, Olomiak, before reattaching itself to your hand.
Mm-hmm. Olomiak's just what is this? And then just repeatedly retching up water, even though there's like no water to retch up, and just and tries to take a look at it.
Okay. So you open it up, and it appears to be a map. And I'm just going to DM this to you really quick.
Ooh. While you're there, look at ArcDump.
I see it. I see it, and I love it. Is that Cerberus they're pulling? I feel like it's Cerberus they're pulling. Each of the heads likes a different child.
Oh my goodness.
And all 3 of the heads are slightly intimidated by Hope.
Why do I feel like it would be an owlbear though? Just because classic D&D monster.
Owlbear Cerberus.
Oh god.
Yes.
Or no, if it's a D&D Cerberus, it's actually like some sort of chimera.
Maybe. And when it barks instead, it says, Edward.
Oh god. Motherfucker.
Thanks, I hate it.
Owlburst. Is the zombie still on the boat? I got cut out for a short bit.
No, zombies ashes.
Oh, ashes? Okay.
Ashes. I'm just typing.
I did not.
It's Josias who picked up the piece of paper and was inspecting it.
Okay. Yeah, I lost audio for a second, so I did not hear what happened after Sacred Flame was cast.
Ashes, we all will drown.
Is the crab still on the boat?
Roll perception.
Perception. Ah. Ooh.
Huh. So, Olomiak is gonna... let's see. What would be the most... Oh, yeah. You know what? Olomiak is gonna lift this piece of paper after refolding it back up. It's a little soggy now.
War, did you see that?
Sorry. Very carefully lift it up to his face, and it just seems to stick to the goggles, and you're not sure how. But it's staying dry. So, then Olomiak's gonna try and climb back up on the boat and go down in the kitchen to dry off by the stove like a pathetic wet rat.
Okie dokie. Alright, so when Havu climbed back up again, apparently she tried to smack War upside the head. War, do you let this happen, or do you try to dodge it?
War.
Jason.
I think he lets it happen.
Yeah.
When Havu came back up onto the boat, she tried to smack you for hitting the zombie instead of letting it run away. Do you let that happen, or do you try to dodge it?
Try to dodge it.
Okie dokie. Havu, go ahead and make a straight strength roll.
I'm just imagining if it like barely
I'm guessing
misses.
I do that as well.
Nope, you don't need to do that. Holy crap, you actually fucking hit him. It only deals 1 damage though.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, is his AC? Oh yeah, his AC is 17.
His
isn't
AC
it?
is 17. Yeah, you smack him, but it only deals 1 damage.
Did you really think that that was going to do anything?
I can do more if you want me to.
I dare you to try.
Do you really want her to?
Oh, listen. If you could listen, I could easily crush you, like with literally one single axe
Darn, I
hit.
missed.
You did.
Like I literally have the ability
God.
to crush you, so I'm really not worried if you try slapping me harder than just doing 1 damage.
Oh no, that half slap would have hurt way much more.
It would have been 19 damage.
That would have knocked out in 1 hit, Fenton.
Poor Fenton.
If you want me to try again, I'll try again.
But with a 19 perception, does Fenton see anything?
With a 19 perception, you do see the crab. It is still scuttling around in the bottom of the boat.
I want to grab it. Like,
What, are you gonna be a grab crab?
Roll a dexterity check.
Yeah, and obviously grab it, attempting from the behind so I don't get clawed. But, you know, if it happens.
If it happens, it happens.
Dexterity check?
You guys!
It's not a skull crab, right?
What is all of you guys' opinion on the Sunky drawing?
18 on the dex. Oh no. Oh,
One
no.
moment. Just one second. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, Fenton.
Pretty sure this is a skull crab.
Concentration, you said? Or Constitution?
Constitution.
Hey, we learned about this in class last week.
Oof, that scared me.
You alright?
I
So
think that passes.
you manage to grasp the crab and you pick it up and it waves its pincers at you, but it can't click them into you with an 18. But you do notice that it's got a very unique shell. It's kind of bulbous. It has 2 pits at the top, almost like eyes. And it has... Oh. This crab's shell is a skull.
Does Fenton know what this is?
Go ahead and make a quick nature or survival check for me.
Nature or survival? Survival's higher, so let's go with survival.
It's just a crab, Vincent. Nothing wrong here. I mean, some crabs have weird shells, you know?
I don't know if I have a bag on me right now. This is gonna be so bad.
Well, okay, so you may not know exactly what it is, but still, does your character trust the fact the crab has a skull on it?
Or is a skull.
Or is a skull. And you don't have to know what it is to still be freaked out by the fact it's a skull.
Let me roll a thing privately to myself. I just saw my modifier on this. Wait. Okay, never mind. I thought that said -1, but it's not. Okay, good. Hello, warrior, still up there? Hey, war? Hello?
Jason,
I am existing.
Finton is talking to your turtle.
And
Yes.
War, you still up there? Like shouting up from the boat.
Yes, I am still right here.
Do you think this would make a good meal? And holds it up.
Is that a large crabby crab?
Why don't you go
It's
ahead
a-
and make a nature or survival check for me, War, as you look at this crab.
Okay.
What, Patrick?
I am not very smart.
Ah, man, look, it's a crab. It's got a weird kind of shell. Kind of looks like a skull almost, but like,
It looks like a scully wally. I think we should cook this motherfricker.
I know. I'm curious to see what it tastes like. To be honest with you, I made some weird things, so I can add this to my weird menu item list.
I'll be right back. I'm
You know,
gonna turn on the light
I
for
think
Patrick.
it might probably taste like death. Whatever the hell that tastes like.
We'll find out. Finton is not like my other characters. Caution is not in his vocabulary.
Obviously. It's fucking amazing.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what it is.
No, he doesn't. That's yeah.
And the best way to learn about something is through eating it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I agree with
Put
you.
it in your mouth.
That's
Just
how
like-
babies learn.
That's how a lot. The hell. That's how archaeologists learn.
Morgan kind of calls down.
I mean,
Are we done fucking with the sea zombies now? Can we go?
to be fair, you're correct because anthropologists fucking ate like what 3,000-year-old honey. See if it's still good.
They also ate people.
They literally do a taste test to see if it's like a rock or a bone or a fossil.
They
They literally just lick it.
They also brewed mummies into tea.
Yep.
So
British archaeologists were the most fucked up people I've ever had the misfortune to read about.
do I have something that I could like say? Wait a minute. Do I have something that I can stash this thing without it getting away or causing me damage?
You might be able to shove it in a pouch. You're not entirely sure how feasible that will be, but it might keep there until you can get something else to put it in.
Can I take my dagger and kind of just do a killing blow on it?
You can definitely try.
Ooh, technically, would you consider this grappled and have advantage?
It is just a baby.
So advantage.
Sure.
Okay.
Lord.
Sorry.
If that was advantage, is that sneak attack?
It isn't, but it's dead now. This wasn't a fully grown bone crab. It's not the thing that Sives turned into in the other campaign. But it is just a tiny little baby. And you do manage to kill it by stabbing it into the eye of the skull on its back and piercing whatever soft flesh is between. It flails briefly before going limp in your hand.
Alright, then I'll pouch it and then I'll climb back up. Because I do not want to try climb up with one arm free.
Okay.
With only one arm free. Considering my attempt with a frickin' mast earlier. Or the crow's nest.
Alrighty. Okie doke. You pop up onto the ship, and Morgo has them unfurl the sails once more and roll up the anchor that had been dragging in the water to kind of help slow them down. And the ship begins to sail once more. And that will be your only encounter of the day. What are you guys doing? It's starting
Hey
to get...
Pixie! Hey Pixie! Hey Pixie! Pixie!
Whoa, and she kind of rushes past.
You in there, Pixie?
I'm in here! She rushes past Alomiak and kind of bursts out and tumbles onto the deck next to you. What? What? What?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Can you hear
Hello.
us?
What is going on?
Can you hear us, Rob? I'm assuming you can't hear us.
There we go. I can hear people now.
We can
Hello.
finally hear you.
Okay, yeah, I was like, Pixie, hi. I
Hi, what?
look what I found. You think we could use it in a meal? And I'll pull out the crab.
Pixie's gonna go ahead and make a nature check.
Watch, Pixie's also gonna fail this shit.
Oh! Oh, this would go great in the crab cakes I'm going to be making tomorrow. I did need one more crab. Really
the three
weird.
chefs in the group can't figure this shit out.
It's a really weird shell, but I'm sure it's fine.
I know, I've never seen one like it before. I'm very curious what it tastes like.
What kind of shell? I want to see.
And he whips around like, see, look at this thing, it's so weird.
Nature survival check, Alomiak.
And he just like whips around and shows it to you, like kind of near your face, like reaching upward because you're taller than us.
Probably fine.
I don't know what that is. But I give up on that kind of diet alone.
The universe is trying to tell us something.
The universe is telling you need the crab.
That's how many failed rolls? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 failed rolls on this damn crab.
I'm just curious. This one doesn't count, but I am deadly curious. I need to know. Yeah, so it's only when it matters. Okay, I see. Cool. Got it.
Yep. So, yeah, Pixie
God.
seems super excited to incorporate this into tonight's crab game.
Oh, God.
Alright, you very soggy person, out of my kitchen. We have magic to make. Come, Vintage.
Alright, let's go.
Pavu's gonna walk over to the cook.
Try to save this.
No, she's gonna make a request. Excuse me, do you take requests for a dinner or maybe lunch for later this week?
It depends what I have the supplies for. Possibly.
We should have turtle soup.
Oh, that's delicious.
What the hell did you just say?
But I'm afraid I don't have any turtles on hand. Sea turtles aren't good for eating. And box turtles this far north, not going to happen.
See what I can do. And walks back out.
I swear, I will tear you apart and then make food out of you.
Also, do you want me to make a perception check on the crab or not?
That would be a survival or nature check if you, because Finton and
I'm just
Pixie are about to start. Oh, Havu, you've seen one of those before.
It came out of a zombie.
Yeah.
Although I'm just gonna be giving them a dirty look for saying turtle soup.
Okay. You give them a dirty look for saying turtle soup. Havu is probably very smug about that.
That is
I will literally tear your insides out and make a good person soup out of it.
Anyway, yeah, Havu, you've seen that kind of crab before. the last time you saw a crab like that, and you hadn't noticed before, what with the zombie trying to eat your face, but the last time you saw a crab like that, it was actually a whole swarm of them, and they were picking apart the corpse of a sailor, and somebody else told you not to get too close because one touch from that crab means certain death.
Why
I'm
do I
sorry,
nearly kill all my
Finton.
characters?
I'm sorry, Finton. You touched that crab, it is instant death. It's been nice knowing you. Nobody touch it. And walks away.
Finton's like just ready to throw it into the pot, and I was like, "Are you sure I'm still alive? How
It
is it
happens in a
instant
few
death?"
days, so it'll be probably quicker than Steven, but slow and painful still.
Do I believe this?
I mean, you
I'm
can
gonna
roll an
roll it
insight
insight.
check.
Considering the instant death, like, but I'm not dead.
I mean, go ahead and roll insight. She's probably just overreacting.
What the fuck? How does Pixie react to the Habu saying this?
Let's find out. Let's see, where's the plus sign? There it is. Oh no! And she grabs a ladle and she smacks the crab out of your grip. It goes skittering out the door, across the deck, and over the side. Then she runs out and throws the ladle over the side.
Thank God. How many rolls did that take?
Quickly, we must disinfect you with seawater! And she grabs you by the back of the lapels and drags you out and hurls you into a large barrel that is there, if allowed. You may roll to resist if you desire to.
Considering how fast she's probably moving, I probably don't, and I'm caught surprised.
She dunks you in a barrel of seawater to disinfect.
Pixie, what the?
She's just like, you know, that motion where people are washing clothes in one of those old-timey clothes washing barrels? That's what's happening right now with your body. It's alright, just a few more rounds. Let the life-giving ocean take away the evil. Finally, she removes you from the barrel and leaves you on the deck as she dumps the barrel of seawater over the side.
Oh, do you like how I nearly got everyone on this fucking ship killed?
Yeah, because she would have boiled it and then they would have put it in the crab meat. And according to this little blurb that I just read about white ghost shivers, which this bone crab has, because they eat carrion, bone crabs carry a very dangerous disease, white ghost shivers, which rack victims with fever and delirium. Sailors and others who eat a bone crab's unwholesome, diseased flesh rarely survive it.
Oh my god.
I was like, man, just to add flavor, I almost got the party killed on day 1 of a 9-day voyage.
Sure did. I keep forgetting this is only day 1. It's felt like a full week.
Yep. So instead, there are crab cakes and just like some regular spring vegetables and a side of mandarin oranges because scurvy for supper for the crew. And it is not nearly as many crab cakes, or rather as large crab cakes, as it was going to be, unfortunately. Darn bone crabs. But anyway, yeah, other than that, it's a pretty uneventful day. As evening falls, more watchers come out from below decks where they'd been sleeping while the day crew had been toiling. Morgo actually gives up her post to a dwarven gentleman who seems kind of young. His beard is very, very short in comparison to some of the others. And she pats him on the shoulder before headed below so she can take her beauty sleep. And yeah, if you guys want to rest, now would be the time, or if you want to stay up and look over some things on the ship, that's okay. But yeah, you've got through day 1 already.
Also, that was 5 out of 7 bad rolls just on the crab.
Yeah.
After dinner, probably still soaked from being waterboarded to it, essentially. Vinton's gonna try to climb up to the crow's nest a second time.
Go ahead and roll me a dex check.
There we go.
This time, you make it all the way to the top of the crow's nest, where there is a new individual who has taken the point up there. This is a slim, blue-haired woman. She has kind of pale, almost purplish skin, and there's webbing between her fingers, and her hair, when she turns her head, seems to flow almost in a watery sort of fashion as she looks at you. Oh, I didn't know I had company.
Hello there. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. My name's Finton.
Hello, I'm Jenna.
Jenna?
Jenna.
Nice to meet you. I just came up here mainly out of curiosity and hopefully to dry off because I'm soaking wet.
She chuckles a little bit. I'm afraid drying off is going to be quite the hard feat if you're up here with me. As she chuckles, small bubbles leave her lips.
Interesting. What was that just there? I've never seen anyone just make bubbles with no sort of like soaps or whatnot.
I'm a genasi, dear. Sea foam is kind of my thing.
Oh. Well, nice to meet you. You're, typical gnome.
I would say that gnomes are anything but typical, at least if our dear cook is any indication.
Right you are, young lady.
Well, if you're going to stay up here, be prepared for a rather windy night. I can feel the breezes swelling from the south to fill our sails.
Alright then. As long as you don't mind me having some company up here, and I'll be glad to spend some time with you up here.
No trouble at all. You can certainly share the nest. There's more than enough room for 2. Or 1.5. She grins a bit.
Yeah. I don't have any strange treats in my bag, do I? They're all pretty much expended.
I believe you may have, in fact, expended them.
Okay.
No, you have some leftover frogs.
Oh yeah, you might have some frog, actually.
We got like 6 days worth of frog.
Ooh.
You do have.
I was more so looking
frog.
for my strange creations, but the frog.
You mean bathtub frog legs? Isn't strange enough?
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing stranger would have been ghost crab cakes, but you know, that just wasn't in the cards, I guess.
Just had to roll on the 5 or 6 different times to see if we could identify it.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah. So you spend the night with Jenna the Genasi until you want to rest or until morning, whichever. Just remember that you actually do need sleep, Fenton. You are not an elf. Or anything like
I'm
that.
aware. I would stay up there probably till I needed to sleep, but I would share some if Jenna's hungry at all. I would share some of my frog leg rations.
Jenna takes them and eats what you offer her, and she's like, yes, just like my mother used to make.
Yep. Oh, she made it in a bathtub too?
pond, actually, but it could have been the same thing.
Oh my god, so fascinating. I've never cooked in a pond before.
She can make the water boil.
That has to be very useful.
It was. Jenna is a very few words and not the greatest conversation holder.
Yeah, I imagine though, let's see, for
Which is probably why
flavor.
she's in a crow's nest, honestly.
For flavor, I'm just going to roll charisma, how talkative I am, and how much I hold the conversation, not that much.
They're an awkward silence eating frogs.
Awkward silence eating frogs. It is a pleasant awkward silence, though. Jenna does not seem to be disturbed by it. You get the feeling that she probably spends most of her evenings when she gets to be in the crow's nest in silence when she trades off with her partner. Yeah, it's maybe kind of awkward for you, Fenton. But Jenna's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I get a little bit antsy with constantly running out of things to talk about.
And she's not contributing very much to the conversation. She's used to just being with her thoughts, so she doesn't think about actually talking. Although she's not uncomfortable with you being up there.
And then after whatever amount of time passes for me to go to bed, I would go to bed.
Okie doke. She lets down a rope so it's easier for you to get back down again, so you don't topple to your death on the deck below. Yeah. Olomiak, what have you been doing this whole time?
Drying off, which takes a while. Yeah, it kind of basically he sat down on the grates so that way he'd get airflow coming from underneath and dry faster. And he's basically been here just grumbling the entire time trying to dry off. You see, occasionally he'll take off a boot or a glove and set it aside, and then over time the boot just inches closer and closer and closer until finally he just picks it back up and puts it back on, gives it a little pat, and then the hood eventually comes down, and there's just that yellow scarf seems to actually, it's the first time the hood would have come down, and you guys just see this yellow scarf that goes around the waist, comes up behind the head, and like goes over the head like a smaller scarf or like a smaller hood, and it's like suction cupped to his head. It's so wet and not happy. So yeah, eventually just different positions of not giving away too much, but also drying the hell off. By the time nighttime comes, it gets cold, and Alamia says they're probably done with the kitchen by now, so he's gonna stand up and, wander over this way.
Oh, and I would also not be a shitty cook. I would help clean up too. That's a shitty thing to do. I would have helped clean up after meals.
The good news is that Pixie doesn't actually have to clean up. She gets to give her dishes to one of the deckhands who scrubs them out and scours them for her. Because she has enough work to do just cooking for like 15 to 20 people at a time. So, but she does when you knock Lomiak, she does hustle and bustle over to the door.
Oh, yes, sorry. Come on in. I was just setting out things for breakfast making tomorrow, but if you need to come in, that's perfectly fine. I'll be going to bed in the other room soon.
Thank you. Yeah. And then Lomiak just kind of sets himself right in the doorway and just warms up by the stove.
And you see Steven over there in the corner. He's huddled up. He still has those hot water bottles. They look like they've been recently refilled, possibly by Pixie. She seems to have a kettle that's going on the stove at all times as she slices up apples and pears, presumably for tomorrow's breakfast. She's prepping them.
Yeah.
My, you are very wet.
The ocean is very wet, yeah.
That's true.
Is this where we have the water is wet debate?
That's true.
Oh, by the way,
Hmm?
can I can have the empty bottle, yeah?
Water bottle or wine
A
bottle or...
a a glass, yeah, waterproof.
Oh, yes, of course. And she grabs one of the mugs that she has on a shelf with the other cutlery down, and she hands it to you.
Olomiak takes the mug and then it is gonna take the mat back out, which is still slightly damp, but it's definitely drier than it was before, and is gonna tuck it into the cup and then look up at her and lid.
Wait, what did you just say?
Lid.
Lid. He
Um,
wants to seal it so it doesn't get wet.
all right. She grabs down just a little a jar instead with a lid. It's empty currently, and hands it to you. And trading
That's
you.
probably what he was intending, but then she handed him a lid or a mug, and he's like, okay, well, I don't want to be an asshole. he gladly exchanges the mug for the jar, and then stuffs the paper into the jar, and and closes it up, and then tucks it back in his coat. Gives her 2 thumbs up. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, alrighty then. Well, I am glad I could be of assistance. Is your
Yeah.
friend gonna be sleeping in the kitchen? Because I don't think he's gonna be very comfortable on the potato sacks, but I haven't had the heart to try to move him yet.
No. It's okay. We sleep together a lot. We be comfortable. It's fine.
Oh. Alright, are you sure I can't get you, any rolled sailcloth to make a more comfortable, roomy bed? Possibly some scented candles?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
And, will you be needing mood lighting this evening?
Hard to sleep with lights on.
Okay. I'll play the recording I have of smooth jazz underneath the door for you. Okay.
Oh, Lomiak now looks confused. What the hell is jazz?
There's Jazz here.
Yeah, but Lomiak doesn't know jazz. He's been stuck in an ice-frozen village for like 20 years.
Yeah, it's just a bard with a schwam, and it's like.
It's just a dude standing in the corner.
Yeah, she's just gonna grab one of the 3 people who want to join a band in Neverwinter and make him play his schwarm at the door for you. And it's gonna be really terrible too. And the person with the harpsichord will eventually join in. So it's going to be the worst love song you've ever heard.
So, Lomiak hates it, but if Steven likes it, he'll deal with it.
Steven is very confused, but kind of snaps his fingers a little bit. Yeah, alright, no, that's offbeat, okay. Cool, yeah. He looks very awkward. Pixie eventually leaves you guys alone and gets you the sailcloth that was promised, which is when the jazz also starts after she closes the door to the larder. And presumably goes to sleep on her sacks of flour that she's got in there that make a nice bed.
Oh no. We lost Rob.
Oh no, not again. He's gonna miss this best part, which is the Schwarm people picking a new song and somebody beating on a barrel going.
I am back. I don't
Welcome
know.
back.
I missed it.
Somebody's
okay.
playing Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up outside Alomiak and Steven's Love Bungalow in the kitchen. Anyway, Havu, what have you been doing this entire time?
So after dinner, she went and laid in the hammock and was just grumbling and complaining about Turtle. And tell him not to attack the zombie. First thing he does, attack the zombie. You know, we walked by the police and he admits to murder. He just causes all the trouble. And he could just make him the turtle soup. We'd have enough for a whole week.
If you make me into a turtle soup, I'll make you into an organ soup.
Giving him the crab. They're giving him the crab. Okay, then she's talking in
I'm joking.
Abyssal then.
Yeah, she's speaking another language war, so even if you're in the room listening in on the door, you don't understand it.
Then she's like, and then poor Finton, he touched the crab, he's going to die. Should give the crab to Turtle.
Oh wait, I probably don't hear any of this. That's right.
You're probably not there yet.
Yep, I said that to myself earlier and then totally forgot. Whoops, sorry.
In any case, you'd probably just understand your names like Fenton.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, I'm not even there yet. No, I was totally doing just Fenton, yeah. But no, that did not happen, I guess.
Not yet, no. But anyway, yeah, so you're just laying in your hammock just complaining the entire time until you fall asleep?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alrighty then. Alright, you do that in Abyssal so nobody can hear you. Eventually, as you're about to fall asleep, you feel fuzziness in the back of your head, and you hear a voice say,
"Thank you, that was really cool. I had a great time today."
Is it the children? Oh, we need to get rid of that turtle.
He would make a good soup.
My idea exactly. Okay, when we come back, you both will help us, and we will make it in the bathtub again.
We could make it in his shell.
That's even better idea. You all are so smart. I don't like kids, but I like you kids.
We like you too. Magic says hi.
Oh, hello. Hopefully you all are feeling okay. We're gonna go get the cure in case you did get sick. But no worries, we will come back. Finton might not, though. He is going to die. He touched a bad crab.
Magic barges in on the conversation. You're not sure exactly how, but she just says, I sneezed and an icicle came out.
It was very long.
Oh, we could use that somehow. We will have to think about how we can use that as a weapon.
I'm going to put it in Dada's tea.
It's a good idea. Let me know how that turns out.
Probably terribly. I can't wait.
Sounds wonderful. I'm so glad I met you two.
Magic, see if you can sneeze out another one for Papa's tea.
Oh, okay. Let me go get the pepper. And then Magic's gone.
Good night, Auntie Havu.
Good night. You two behave.
No, thank you. But good night.
Good girl.
Is this? I think. Would I be walking in about now?
yes.
Groggily. Was that being spoken out loud at all?
No, message is inside your head.
Okay.
Technically, I am kind of bending the rules of message just to get this cute scene. Because technically, they're probably too
for
far
sure.
away for this to be really for that to be realistically happening. But I think it's cute, so I'm ruling that it does.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm not questioning the rules. I was just saying, like, any chance Havu is saying this out, her parts out loud.
I mean, that's up to Havu, but she doesn't physically have to if she doesn't want to.
Not sure. She probably would end up saying it out loud because she's not paying attention to anyone else. She's just talking to the girls.
Okay.
Oh.
Then yeah, you might hear the tail end of it.
Yep. Oh, who did you say goodnight to?
Oh, the little girls, they are so sweet.
Oh,
I
they're
told
talking
him-
to you?
I told them not to expect you to come back.
Look, I'm not dead. You said it'd be instant. I'm still here, so. And yes, he stuck his tongue out at you.
And she's like, we will see how much longer you are actually you. Good night, and lays back down.
Alrighty. So that's night number numero 1. And dawn crests the next morning, bright and early, birds chirping. Lomiak and Steven, you're probably the first. When I say birds chirping, I mean seagulls going, squaw.
Mine.
Mine. Um, but yeah, Steven and Alomiak are probably the first people who are woken up in their cocoon of sailcloth, as Pixie has to kind of shake you awake to get you to leave the kitchen so she can make breakfast for the morning.
Yeah, Alamiak assumedly didn't get much sleep. They were up drying like a lot because there was a lot to dry, and like they only got to sleep like I don't know, like 4 hours ago. Didn't even get a full rest. Just wakes up with arms wrapped around Steven to keep him warm, and just
And Steven is an appropriately hot half elf with his hair mussed over his face, but in that beautiful bedraggled just out of the bed Steven way. And despite the black veins that are flecking up his arms and climbing up his neck, he has sort of a pale, I am very sick beauty to him.
as one does.
And he's like,
So, Edward. If Edward had
oh
long
hell
hair.
no, I refuse. I refuse. Vampires don't fucking sparkle. Get that shit out of my house. You don't mention that motherfucker.
Note
I
to
thought
self,
we
the
li- I
lily
thought-
needs glitter.
No, it's Voldemort with a nose. Tom Riddle hot.
Oh god. Oh god. Tom Riddle. Oh god.
No, it's Severus Snape hot. Let's get real.
Okay.
Okay, young Severus Snape.
I also want to ask, not that I'm sure, with the description Olomiak put up there. So are like the arms just like moving as like if there was a string to a puppet wrists, but
You
and
don't
like there's
know.
no real joints to the arm?
You don't fucking know.
That
Don't
would
just
be
ask people about their joints, dude. Rude.
I'm not entirely sure if Steven slept through everything that you did, or if he saw it and has just like given up asking. I mean, he did get sucked into the cloak. He probably knows some shit that's in there. But
Likely,
I'm
but
sick.
also-
Who knows?
More than likely, but also Alomiak doesn't care if he knows.
yeah, Steven's given
Like,
up
at
at
all.
this point. He's
like
basically
Steven's
just
a pet. He's a pet now.
Steven, this is your pet, Steven? Also, though, Steven can't afford to not go along with you because if he doesn't come with you, he's probably gonna die. So there's no point in questioning things right now.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because he needs that cure. Anywho, so yeah, you two are probably the first two to wake up because Pixie needs the kitchen, so she kind of tries to shoo you guys out onto the deck for a while so she can get to work.
Fine. And then Alomiak just rolls off of the makeshift bed and just literally just crawls out the door.
Come on, my brie bake won't make itself.
Yeah. It's only once they get outside they stand up because it's cold.
It is indeed cold. Very, very cold.
So you crawled out of the kitchen?
Which actually, I probably should have
Oh
made you
shit,
roll
did
a
I lose connection
Constitution
again?
saving throw for being absolutely soaked, Fenton and Lomiak, but that's my bad for forgetting, and I'm not going to do that retroactively. But if you guys get wet from here on out, please remind me.
Will do.
Yes, it's definitely Stockholm Syndrome, Habu. War, you're probably the second person to wake up since you were apparently napping the whole time and all day yesterday. But you wake up as you hear Lomiak and Steven coming out of the kitchen. There's only a couple other deckhands on the ship right now, mostly just like the morning crew who's starting to take over for the night shift who was on duty. So what you up to, War, this morning?
What I am up to is more sleeping.
As one does.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense that turtles hibernate in cold weather. Just all day sleeping, I see. Conserving energy. Excellent. Yeah. And then Fenton and Havu, you're probably woken by the breakfast bell. And it is brie bakes and pancakes for everybody, with apple and pear inside the little brie bakes.
Mmm, smells good.
Sweet
You
and
quickly get
savory.
out of there. This time, given yesterday, Fenton's gonna have his crossbow with him.
Yeah, you never know what'll happen on the ocean after all.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so who wants to take the second day's watch?
Fenton will try taking a look.
Let me ask Tusagi, or he would.
Fenton's gonna step up there and make a perception. I don't know if I can be heard because I've been cutting
can
in
hear
and
you.
out. Perception. I hear nothing.
Can you
Alright.
hear us?
Yep, can you hear us?
Yep. Now I can. Give me one moment. I'm gonna switch to
Jason
mobile
was telling you
because
to let
my
it be because he's
mobile
playing Dungeons and
hotspot does
Dragons,
not.
Patrick.
Let me switch to mobile because this is being dumb.
Are you switched over again? I assume not.
There we go.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello.
There you go. Hopefully this works.
Okay. So, anyway, as you guys are milling about the ship for the day, the morning is pretty uneventful, and you make it to lunchtime, where Pixie serves up what looks like a sort of meat on a stick kind of deal with a nice bed of fresh white rice and some very sweet tangy sauce that she gives out to all of you. And it comes to about early afternoon when Fenton, you notice that there is a large spur of rock that the ship is currently curving to avoid as it passes through a kind of small string of very rocky outcroppings, things that can't really be called islands, um, but are certainly more than just random points in the sea. There's a very rocky outcropping that has a bit of ice clinging to it to make sort of a plateau. And you can see on it there appear to be 3 mermaids, actually, that are huddled together in the very center of the spur, and they are currently clinging to one another, and you can see a very large shark fin circling the rock spur.
And then he'll holler across the boat like, "Hey, Captain, I see some mermaids being circled by a shark."
And what? Oh. And the person up in the crow's nest, which is the gentleman who apparently talks to seagulls, calls down and says, "Yeah, he's right. It's Morgan and her sisters."
Granny Morgan?
No, not Granny Morgan, just Morgan. Um, it's Morgan and her sisters. Fred says they're trapped, and he points at one of the seagulls. They're always in a spot of trouble. Alright, but we're not equipped to deal with sharks that big. I don't know what you think we're gonna do about it.
I can be a pretty good shot, but I don't know how much I would do.
Well, if you think you can deal with it without sinking our boat, we'll give it a go. I'd hate to let Morgan and her sisters become fish food. And you see Morgo turn the rudder, and she starts headed in the direction of the rocky spurs, but she does pull up short of it about 30 yards away, simply because you can see in the waters there that there are more rock spurs sticking up from the ocean bed. And if she drew the ship any closer, it's quite possible it could be damaged. This is as close as I can get. You're gonna have to make it count from here.
Okay, 30 yards, you said?
And as the boat
Is that 30 yards from here, or could I, like, squeeze up to here?
it's 30 yards from where you are currently standing, so which is about 90 feet, really.
Yep.
What happens is, as the boat draws closer, you see that large dorsal fin, which is honestly about the size of your entire body, Finton. It kind of curves off and away from the mermaids and starts heading in your direction. Go ahead and anybody who's watching this happen, make a perception check.
I don't know if this will help, but I'm gonna make a quick stealth check to be considered hidden.
Okay.
Oh wow. 16. Like, just trying to hide under, like, the railing or whatever that would be on the bow.
Okie dokie.
And,
War, do you want to make a perception check?
Sure.
Alright. So the only person who notices this is Finton. So Finton, the part of the fin that you can see, definitely the size of your body. The part of the fin still under the water, definitely about 4 to 5 times the size of your body, as evidenced as it slowly begins to rise out of the water, along with the body of the shark, the shadow of its form growing ever larger as it finally surfaces so you can stare into those gigantic dead eyes. And as the mouth opens wide, showing dagger-like teeth, the length of Havu from tip to tail, and rushes at the ship, that's where we're going to stop for the evening.
yeah, not realizing how big it was originally. Like, I'm gonna need help, or gonna need to get out of here. And, yeah.
Yep. And that's where we're going to stop for the night. We'll see you next week on Frozen Sick, where everybody gets eaten by a shark. But yeah, well, you'll actually see me tomorrow when I am DMing the other game with Icewind Dale with the other crew. And at least hopefully, assuming my allergies don't murder me again. And then on Friday, you will hopefully finally see the B Cruise into the Dreamverse. Just because, yeah, I sucked yesterday and I slept a lot.
I was wondering about that if we're gonna just skip it or go back to Icespire.
No, we are definitely not skipping it.
You didn't suck. You caught up on sleep, and it's perfectly reasonable.
I didn't catch up on sleep. I literally died from allergies and also from apparent woman things that happened to us because cursed you, Mother Nature, and all that stuff. Apparently, I didn't know about it then, but did when I woke up.
Gotcha. What I'm hearing is that you needed sleep and you slept. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Oh, all right then. Anyway, so I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Icewind Dale campaign, and also on Friday where we'll finally do B Crew into the Dreamverse. And then Sunday is Stratty Daddy Sundays. Yay! Yay! Where we'll have wonderful fun with vampires and friends. And pie.
And tea.
And pie. And pie. But anyway, from those of us here at Frozen Sick, we love you. Good night. Please don't bite the ghost crabs. Bye.
Oh yeah, and another thing, don't get yourself turned into a turtle soup or turtle soup.
Delicious.
Yeah, maybe
If you do that, I will smash you to bits.
Before you get eaten, goodbye.